वृंदावनवासे अत वैष्णवेरगण प्रथमे वंदना करी सवार चरण। नीलाचलवासे अत महाप्रभुरगण भूमि ते पोड़िया वंदो सवार चरण। नवद्वीपवासी अत महाप्रभुर भक्त सवार चरण वंदो हैयानुरक्त। महाप्रभुर भक्त यत गौड़ देशे स्थिति सवार चरण वंदो करिया प्रणति। ये देशे वैसे गौरांग रागण ऊर्ध्वबाहु करी वंदो सवार चरण। हाया चरा हाय बना प्रभुर्यत दास सवार चरण वंदो दंते करी घास। ब्रह्मांड तारिते शक्ति धरे जने जने ये वेद पुराणे गुण गाय ये वासुने। महाप्रभुर गण सभापति पावन ताई लोभे मुई पपी लयनु शरण। वंदना करिते मुई कत शक्ति धरी तमो बुद्धि दोषे मुई दंभ मात्र करी। तथापि मुकेर भाग्य मनेर उल्लास दोष क्षमी मोहधमे कर निज दास। सर्ववांछा सिद्धि है यमा बंध छूटे जगते दुर्लभ है या प्रेम धन लूटे। माने रवासना पूर्ण अचिराते हया देवकी नंदन दास ये लोभे कया। वृंदावन वासी अत वैष्णवेरगण वृंदावन प्रथमे वंदना करी सवार चरण। प्रथमे वंदना करी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गौरांगताय 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 श्री गौरांगताय 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 जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल। जय श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, समावेत भक्त वृंद की। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा, जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा, गौर भक्त वृंदा, गौर भक्त वृंदा। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुः उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Welcome all of you. I was doing on one topic before. I will continue the same one. This is the one. We'll recite the shloka again. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Gunadikan Mudam Lipset Anukrosham Gunadhamat Maitrim Samanadan Vichen Natapaira Vibhuyate Gunadikan Mudam Lipset Anukrosham Gunadhamat Maitrim Samanadan Vichen Natapaira Vibhuyate. So the meaning of this verse is Guna Adhikan. If somebody is superior in quality to me, I should be eager to welcome them, take their association, and be jolly to receive them, Prabhupada says. And if somebody is innocent and inferior in quality, in the sense that they are new, their knowledge is limited of Krishna conscious practice and everything, then we should show compassion to them rather than ridicule them or chastise them. We should be compassionate to them. And with those who are equals, those who might have come probably at the same time to Krishna consciousness, or whom you consider as equal friends, you should be friendly with them, share with them, listen to them, encourage them, appreciate them, and don't behave like as if one is a superior, like with a halo around the head, or holier than thou attitude. One shouldn't have with such people, with equal friends. If we are too much heady, then equal friends may not come near at all. And if we are Telugu translation is going on in that corner. Yeah. And also I'm speaking in English because last time I spoke in English. I'm continuing the same thing. And Telugu translation is there. Hindi somebody is doing for him. Actually, I have a request to the leaders. In Pune, Bombay and all, we have this FM facility we have. We can also bring FM here also. 3-4 languages goes on parallelly. Audience can sit here, but they will put this thing, just like in Yatras we do. Nice. Can do that. So, na tapai rabi bhuyate means you will not suffer from adi bhautika klesh. Anybody knows what is adi bhautika klesh? Miseries arising from other living entities. That means if you do these 3 things, you will not have any quarrel with anybody, he is saying. Just do these 3 things. So we are talking about dealing with senior, junior, equals. So I will continue where I left last time. We completed all these things. This is the one we have to start today. With what attitude should junior and senior devotees deal with each other? So junior and senior relationship. The Vaishnava society is very meticulously structured, where the juniors always respect seniors, juniors always receive affection and blessings from the seniors. This also I completed last time. Structure according to Varnashrama. Everyone tries to become humble. And if you are advanced devotee, we should be humble devotees. If you are not advanced, then we are like Ashoka tree with no fruits. Gurus, okay. Here there's a very important point coming up. From here we have to start. Sometimes senior Vaishnavas may offer respect to a junior Vaishnava due to his humility. But a junior Vaishnava should never think that he deserves that respect from all senior Vaishnavas. On the other hand, when a senior Vaishnava offers him respect, then the junior Vaishnava should feel extremely embarrassed and deflect it to Guru and Krishna. You see, in America, there was one boy. He became brahmachari, saffron brahmachari eventually. So he used to drive my spiritual master in a car. So Maharaj, out of his friendliness, sometimes he would put his hand around him like this. So he was also putting hand around Maharaj. So one devotee who was going from India thought that the boy is not aware of Maharaj's position. So he once invited him to come to Chowpatty, Bombay. So when that fellow came for a month, he came. In that month, he came to know how big Maharaj is and how people treat him there in India. He's treated like an acharya with great respect. So he felt very ashamed. Later on, he changed his behavior afterwards. So one senior devotee told me. So sometimes a senior devotee may give us a lot of respect out of their own humility. Like here, examples I have given here. You will see here. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Sanatana Goswami out of love. But Sanatan felt uneasy. You know that? Past time? When Sanatana Goswami traveled through the jungle and came to Puri to meet Mahaprabhu, in his body there were many boils. And even pus was coming out. Liquid was coming out. Some kind of disease due to contaminated water on the way. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not see the external problems of his body. Sanatan's body. Mahaprabhu came and embraced him. So Mahaprabhu's body would be golden in complexion. With his long arms, when he embraced Sanatan, Sanatan felt very, very uneasy. Why Mahaprabhu is touching my body? My liquid coming from the boils will touch Mahaprabhu's body. He didn't like it. He would go a little away, but Mahaprabhu would come forward to embrace him every time, whenever he came, every day. So, one of the days, Sanatan naturally told Mahaprabhu, why do you do this? You may be happy embracing me, but I am feeling embarrassed and uneasy that I am spoiling your pure body. So at that time, Mahaprabhu told one famous verse, Akshno phalam twadrisha darshanam hi, tano phalam twadrisha gatra sangam, jihva phalam twadrisha kirtanam va, sudurlabha bhagavata hi loke. You know what he says? Akshno phalam twadrisha darshanam. He says, the perfection of my eyes, Sanatan, is to see a Vaishnava like you. Even we should think like that. Whenever we look at Vaishnavas with a Urdhva Pundra Tilak and Kantimala, having a japa beads, carrying it, we should immediately feel very blessed. There was one place, I think it is in Hawaii. Some two devotees went to the market to purchase some grocery. Vaishnavas with dhoti, kurta and tilak and everything. So on the way they saw a couple of the people were coming with red tilak, and as soon as they saw these two devotees, they fell down to the ground. It was a muddy place. They fell on the mud also. And they were shocked. These people, who are you guys? They went and asked them. Then they said they had one leader of a group called a Sai. So he had 50 youths with him, boys and girls, whom he was preaching to. And the most amazing thing was, the books based on which Sai was preaching was Prabhupada books. Only difference was they were wearing red tilak. That's the only difference. So then they met the leader, and then they went and told Prabhupada, and then Prabhupada told them to bring the leader. Then the leader met Prabhupada personally. He became very inspired. Then he took Diksha from Prabhupada. His name is Siddha Swarupananda. Later on he became Siddha Swarupananda. All these 50 disciples became Prabhupada disciples later on. But why I was telling you, he had taught them, if you see a Vaishnava, it is like seeing Vishnuduta. You should immediately fall flat on the ground. That kind of training they had. I mean, they felt like that whenever they saw the devotee, they would. So many times we take Vaishnavas very cheaply, correct? No? Because they are very easily moving on the surface of the earth. Of course, they are not very easy. They are rare also. How many Vaishnavas do you find on the earth? Out of 8 billion population, Vaishnavas, there are few. So, those who are agreeing to bow down before the deity, putting aside their false ego, those who are ready to wear this Urdhva Pundra Tilak on their forehead, those who are ready to chant the holy names, those who are agreeing to eat only prasadam, and those people who have firm faith that there is a Vaikuntha planet and Lord is residing there, I will go and meet him, I will live with him eternally, I will love him, I will serve him. They are called the Vaishnavas. If anybody has this type of conviction, and those people are not many, those who have it, they are very special. So, therefore, Mahaprabhu is saying, the perfection of my eyesight, Sanatan, is to see a Vaishnava like you. The perfection of my mouth is to glorify a Vaishnava like you. The perfection of my body is to embrace a Vaishnava like you. Like that he is saying. Sudurlabha Bhagavata hi loke. In this world, for it is very rare to see a Vaishnava devotee like you, Sanatan. So, of course, Sanatan felt very uneasy. That's how we should feel also. When a senior gives appreciation, or like one senior was telling a junior boy that, oh, you have arranged such a nice program, you could bring 200 people, for the program in the college. So junior said, yes, Prabhuji, probably you're not aware of my talent. Why 200? I can bring 2000 also. Because, if I speak and send one short 2-minute video, whole world will come here. Is it a proper attitude? That is not the way a junior should do. It's called as self-praise. One should not do. One should say, Prabhu, how can I bring 200 people? They saw your lecture and they were inspired, so they came. Actually, we should always speak in a tone of self-deprecation, we call it. Self-deprecation means considering ourselves fallen and unqualified and praising others. If somebody says, oh, Prabhuji, Mataji, how did you cook this gulab jamun? It came out so well. You have such a magical hand. What would you say? You should say that, see, you are liking it because it is eaten by Krishna. It's prasad. Yei shak, Krishna aswadilo. Mahaprabhu says, shak is tasty because who has tasted it? Therefore you are liking it. Otherwise, in my hand, there is no magic. This is Krishna magic. That's what a devotee will say. Devotee will never say that. Don't you know, last 20 years I'm making gulab jamun. You should know who I am. Devotee doesn't speak like that. If a superior appreciates a junior, the junior will always deflect the praise which is given to them. And also, here you see one more example. Lord Chaitanya praising Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur refusing the glorification, claiming himself to be a mere ant. This is, when is the occasion? One day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Siddha Bakul. You see, it's very amazing that Haridas Thakur is chanting 3 lakh names, but he's never proud of his, taste for the holy name. That's really very amazing. We barely complete 16 rounds every day. And after that, we think I have done a very successful job today. I completed. Although we struggle without much taste. But Haridas Thakur was chanting 3 lakh names every day. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu moved from Navadvip to Puri, Haridas Thakur came and cried. He said, my dear Lord, you have taken sannyas now. You have left all of us. You are here now. Where do you want to keep me? What is your plan for me? He was asking. See, what is the meaning of what's your plan for me? That means I am a play toy in your hand. You tell me what do you want to do with me. He didn't tell Mahaprabhu that, okay, since you are in Puri, I have made a plan to come here. I have located a spot called Siddha Bakul. He didn't say that. He said, what is your plan for me? Don't leave us like this and go away. Keep us with you, because without your shelter, there is no possibility of me advancing in spiritual life. Mahaprabhu said, Haridas, I have chosen a special place for you. And tomorrow I will show you the place. So next day morning, Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri temple. From Jagannath's toothpick, he took one, Jagannath's toothpick, there's a long stick. You must have seen His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj always touches people's head with that. You have seen that? That is Jagannath stick, it is. So it's used as toothbrush by Jagannath. So Mahaprabhu took one stick and took it to a place called Siddha Bakul, where in that place he put the stick, and then the stick grew into a tree. And he told Haridas Thakur, this is your residence. I have reserved this place for you. You stay here. And also Haridas Thakur told Mahaprabhu that I will never come in front of the Jagannath temple and embarrass the Pandas or other people, because I am a Malecha. I don't deserve to come there. Mahaprabhu said, you don't have to come. I will bring prasadam, Jagannath Prasad for you. Daily, he said. So Mahaprabhu would carry daily and give him. So, you can see that he is not able to go to see Jagannath, but Jagannath is coming to him in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming. One day, somehow Haridas Thakur came to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to wind up his earthly pastimes. See how devotees are so advanced. Lord can hide things from other people, but not from devotees. So he came to know when Mahaprabhu went to meet him. Haridas Thakur was very physically he was sick. So Mahaprabhu asked him, Haridas, what happened to you? Haridas Thakur said, my dear Lord, my body is all right, but my mind is sick. Therefore, I am not able to complete my 3 lakh names of rounds, he said. Is it true? Was his mind sick? No. What was actually sick? Body was sick, but his mind was blissful. Spiritually was blissful, but he told the opposite. Actually, this is one amazing thing with Vaishnavas. Why we get bewildered sometimes while talking to them. They are so humble and we may sometimes misunderstand them. One time in Bombay, my spiritual master was telling brahmacharis that in Kali Yuga, brahmacharis are very dirty, he said. And all brahmacharis said, yes, Maharaj. He said, Maharaj said, but don't prove it, he said. Don't wear dirty clothes. You should wear fresh and neat looking clothes and keep your ashram also very neat and clean. Don't litter papers and here and there, everything. But they were not cleaning up. But one day Maharaj himself took a jadu and started cleaning, started sweeping. All brahmacharis were down for prasadam and they heard the news. They came up running and tried to stop him. Nobody could stop him. Later on, I told Maharaj that, Maharaj, you are so humble that you took the broomstick yourself and you were sweeping the ashrama. You are all ashamed, I told him. Maharaj said, no, I like to show. I like to show off that I am cleaning because you are all clicking photo. So you will show that I am sweeping. Therefore, I like to show off. Is it true? But that is how he speaks. Great souls are very humble. Their humility will completely defeat us. Actually, I have seen it in many great souls. My Shiksha Guru, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj was once driving. Of course, he used to drive car always and come to IIT. One of the days I was in the car behind. So I was telling my friend about his glories, Maharaj's glories. And Maharaj was driving. So one signal came, so he stopped the car. He was telling me, see, look at this Radheshyam. His nature is to always glorify me. And my nature is to always like to hear my glories. Therefore, he is coming near my ear and going on telling my glories because he knows I like to hear. Is it true? It's not true, but why he says like that? It's very bewildering, right? Why he says like that? That is their humility. So, you will see that great souls will speak in a way as if like Mahaprabhu told Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai, in Jagannath Puri resides one Sarvam Bhattacharya, your friend. By his association, my Hridaya Nirmala Haila, like that he is telling, in his association. Sarva Bhuma Sanghe, Hridaya Nirmala Haila, is saying. In Sarvam Bhattacharya Sangha, my heart became pure. Is it true? What is true? Sarvam Bhattacharya's heart became purified by the association with, but my Mahaprabhu is saying which one? He's saying the opposite. So, this is how Vaishnavas speak like that. Vaishnavas never think, I came to Puri and I delivered Sarvam Bhattacharya. He doesn't say that. He says in his association, my heart became purified. And I'll tell you the secret why he said like this. Because Sarvam Bhattacharya was a candidate to be delivered, Mahaprabhu got a chance to glorify Krishna for a long period of time. Therefore, he is saying that he gave me a chance to glorify Krishna. By that glorification, my heart became purified. But he also feels that Bhattacharya is a great soul. You will see that Mahaprabhu later on glorifies Bhattacharya as a pure devotee. You will see that. So, in this way, the great souls always are humble. So, when Haridas Thakur told like this, my dear Lord, my mind is sick, so I am not able to chant 3 lakh names. Mahaprabhu said, you have been chanting 3 lakh names for so many years. Now we can reduce your rounds. Haridas Thakur said, no, I cannot reduce my rounds. I have taken a vow, I will complete it. And Mahaprabhu, and then Haridas Thakur said, my dear Lord, I know very well that you are planning to end your earthly pastimes very soon. That I don't want to see. Before that happens, I want to leave this world. And seeing your beautiful bumblebee-like eyes, taking your lotus feet on my chest, I want to leave this world. Please bless me with that benediction. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Haridas, if you leave us, what is the purpose of our living in this world? How can we all survive without your association in Puri? Puri will appear like a, dreary void. Shunyahitam jagat sarvam. Govinda Virana. But devotees also feel like that. Lord also feels like that. Without you, we will feel great separation from you. How will we live? For that, Haridas Thakur said, my dear Lord, why are you creating illusion? If a small ant dies, will anybody in this world take it seriously? Imagine in this entire compound, in one corner, one ant died. Will there be a very big memorial for that? Nobody will even know that it died. I am like that ant, Haridas Thakur said. I am so insignificant. You are putting me in illusion, saying that if you leave, what will happen to us? Nothing will happen to you. You all will be more happy when I leave, because I am insignificant. Like that he said. So, in this way, juniors should speak like this when a senior praises us. We should not. Therefore, we say, all glories to assembled devotees, we say. 3 times we say. And then finally we say, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, and that means to Vaishnavas and Guru and Gauranga. We give away, deflect all the glories. We don't keep anything for ourselves. So when I said this, one boy said, Prabhu, if you give away everything, will we not feel insecurity because we won't have anything? Don't fear. If you give them, they will also abundantly give you. Actually, by giving away the credit to superiors, your heart will become very wealthy and healthy, and you will feel very nourished by that. Therefore, like for example, when in the morning class, also Bhagavatam class, the speaker is speaking on a verse. So after that, when the opportunity is given to the audience for reciting, so His Grace Anandamaya Prabhu will recite the verse. After that, other devotees will recite. So one should not be over enthusiastic. Even before he is a Prabhupada disciple, even before he recites, one should not recite. That would be considered like audacity. So juniors should know how to deal with seniors. Yeah. One should not call a senior and an exalted devotee as a friend just because he is humble, simple and friendly. One should know that superior is a superior. So one should have respect. Okay, now dealing with those people in neophyte stage. Now, who is a neophyte? Somebody can read it? You have a mic for them?
The most obvious kind of less advanced devotee is the newcomer. He does not know the Vaishnava philosophy well and is yet uncertain in its commitment. Older devotees should help such a neophyte in any way possible. Persons who have spent years in the Krishna consciousness movement but who have remained materially attached may also be less advanced devotees.
2 types of people. One is a newcomer. He is not very sure of the philosophy. He has many doubts. But he comes for the weekends, attends a training program. And he always says, Prabhu, why can't you worship Shiva? Why only Krishna? They have such questions. And somebody may ask, can I join this Chandi Chamundi, yajna they are going to do? Can I also pray for material benefits? That means they are growing devotees. They have many questions. So, such people, we should feel sympathy for them and not become angry with them for their questions. Because if you are going to become angry for their questions, they will run away. You are actually depriving them of the mercy. Nor should we force them to increase the rounds very quickly. They will take time. Generally, I tell the devotees, Ekadashi, try to increase one round. If you can't increase, at least keep what you are chanting. So newcomers should be treated with compassion, just like mother deals with a toddler child. See, if a toddler child, mother tries to walk the child will say, Mama, please lift me up, because child doesn't want to walk. But she gives the training to the child to walk. But if the child slips and falls, mother doesn't delight in that. Rather, she feels sympathy. So we should feel sympathy for the deficiencies of a newcomer devotee. But there is one more devotee who is less advanced. Who is it? They came to ISKCON 10 or 20 years ago, but they have not grown in devotional service. There are some people who say 20 years I'm coming to ISKCON, but they have not yet come to 16 rounds. They are not coming to the training programs. They are not getting initiated. They are not, going ahead to take up some services in the society. They generally come for some special occasions where some big festivals are there, Abhishekam, some feast, they will just show up. So, and that means there are people who also get stagnated in devotional service, even though they may be initiated also. Somebody gets initiated, but how do you know he's advanced devotee? Advanced devotee should actually meditate on the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, how I can expand this movement. Let us distribute books, let us bring funds, let us do services in Rath Yatra. Because this temple is my home, because Prabhupada has made this temple, let me go and render some service, whether you are a Mataji, Prabhuji, student, whoever you be. If you own the responsibility for serving this movement and expanding this movement, you are advanced devotee. And if you are reading Prabhupada books regularly and preaching it and relishing it and repeating it, you are advanced devotee. So, one is to relish and repeat. Another one is to render service and expand the movement. So, these are all symptoms of advanced devotee. But if a devotee doesn't identify with the movement so strongly, he is just hooking on to movement, just like some pious entertainment, then is less advanced devotee. So both these people are called neophytes. So they either a newcomer or a stagnated old devotee. Both these people require association. I read further.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was asked why devotees.
Why devotees advance in different rates? Why everybody is advancing in different speed? Yeah. Yes.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was asked why devotees advance at different rates. In reply, he told the story of the wedding party. A group of people on their way to a wedding hired a boat for the river journey. The
So
boatman,
you know this story, all of you? He said that the boatman put all the people, the bridegroom and the parents and the relatives, everybody in the boat and covered the windows very nicely. So they sat, because in Bengal there are more rivers than roads. And there are more pukurs also there. You will find that. So people go through the river to other places. Even now you can go from Calcutta to Mayapur in a boat. You know that? Now boats have started coming now. Eventually it's going to increase now. Instead of going by the bumpy road, you can go by boat. So now these people wanted to go for the wedding to another place. But then the whole night the fellow was rowing the boat. Next day morning when the sun was shining in the east, people opened the window and saw they were in the same place. Why they were in the same place? Because the anchor was not removed, he says. So this is what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya apakrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhir samadhau na vidhiyate. He's saying that we may sometimes be 10-year, 20-year, 30-year, 40-year-old devotee, but our old material desires are not yet burned away. They are not yet driven out. And they are not substituted by pure spiritual desires. They are still lingering in our minds like lust, anger, greed, and attachment for post or position or possessions or penny or people. So these are 5 P's we call as material attachments. Position, possession, people, penny, and pleasures. So we become hooked to these things. We are unable to give up. Even after, like I was wondering, in Pune there was one old fellow. He was already 82, and I asked him, "How many years are you chanting 16 rounds?" He said, 8 years. Why are you not initiated? He said, "Oh, my spiritual master initiates in 2 years only for many people." I asked, "Why you are not initiated?" He said, "I am very shy to tell you." But what is it? Problem is he's taking sniff. You know this? They take sniff only, you call it? Sniff? No, they do like this and they take, no? They put. What do you call that? It's not sniff, huh? You all understood what it is. Yeah. So he couldn't give up that. Because of that he was not getting initiated. His guru told him, unless you give up this, I can't initiate you. No? So you can see that small thing people are attached to. Similarly, one may be attached to many things. People are still watching some dirty pictures. People are still hearing some old cinema songs. They are unable to give up. People are still eating out in hotels. People are still mixing with their karmi relatives and enjoying material parties. People still want to dress very fashionably like a karmi outside. When they are in devotee sangha, they will be looking like devotee. When they are in the outside, they will dress fashionably like a hero or a heroine with glamorous dresses. Even after their age goes high, still. So you can see that these are all material propensities. So some people are unable to give up material propensities. People still talk prajalpa. They keep connection with their old material friends. They go in that circle. So you will find that they are like the wedding party which has become stuck because the anchor is not removed. That's the problem. Actually, Dhruva Maharaj was also neophyte, Prabhupada says, but after becoming a chanter of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, then he dissolved his material desire. His heart became clean. You know that, right? Isn't Kacham Vachinvan? Apidivyaratnam Swamin Kritartho Asmi Varam Nayache, he said. Because he gave up the desire, material desire. You know, we also have to give up our material desires, substitute it with spiritual desires. So Bhagavan Saraswati Thakur drew the analogy. If a devotee does not pull up the anchor of material attachment and sense gratification, then despite all his show of devotional service, he will not advance. Unfortunately, nowadays new material desires have come up now. Some devotees say that they can't give up watching different YouTube. So many, it may not be sinful, but it is very time wasting. They are watching so many YouTube things, hours and hours. They are not reading Prabhupada books. And they are not hearing Prabhupada lectures. They are not able to chant extra rounds. But they are meddling with YouTube, watching this one, that one, here, there. They go everywhere. What are the religious riots going on and who did to what? And then what is that old famous actor he used to do? Yeah, I know him nowadays, whether he's still around. People become curious. Curiosity kills the cat, we say in English. That's a saying. So curiosity can kill our spiritual life if you are going to be distracted by too many things like that. And that's the reason we have the karmi propensities. Even after becoming devotee, we don't strongly feel for Krishna and Guru because we are mixing our spiritual life. We are wetting our consciousness with material vibrations. Just like if you have a firewood which is dry, if you sprinkle water in that and then you put it in a furnace, will it burn well? It is going to be smoky. That's what happens with the spiritual life. If you are going to wet our consciousness with material, Gramya Buddhi means materialistic consciousness, then our spiritual life cannot be a serious one. Then we can't go back to Godhead. We will have to be born again to give shape to those material desires. So we have to be very careful about our associations. Rajoguni, Tamoguni association we should give up, and Sattva and beyond, Vishuddha Sattva. That's what we should focus on. One good thing in spiritual life is, whatever you may be till yesterday, right now, today you decide that today onwards or tomorrow onwards, I will modify these things in my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do my spiritual life like this. Make a sankalpa and go ahead. So, okay. When are Vaishnavas merciful to a neophyte? Please read it.
Vaishnavas, however, are merciful to less advanced devotees, especially when they detect a spark of sincerity and when
when they see a spark of sincerity, like Prabhupada was giving a lecture. One boy was sitting in the front, with curly, lot of thick hair in his head. He was sitting in the front. And after Prabhupada finished the lecture, Prabhupada observed he was attentively hearing. He asked a question to Prabhupada that, Swamiji, you are talking about dedicating our life to Krishna. I am also considering to do that, but I have one fear, he said. My fear is, if I leave my material friends and come here, tomorrow in spiritual life, if I don't succeed, and if I don't go back to Godhead, I have left my material circle and I couldn't succeed in spiritual circle also. What will happen to me? And Prabhupada had a big smile on his face. He said, brilliant question. The same question was asked by Arjuna in 6th chapter. Ayate shraddhayopeto yoga chalitamanasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kangatim krishna gacchati. If somebody slips from spiritual life because he became careless, Kang gatim Krishna gachati. What will be his gati, Krishna? Like a cloud sometimes leaves one group of cloud and leaves and goes to join another group of cloud. So one is material cloud, another one is spiritual cloud. So Arjuna asked the question, when this cloud is slowly moving towards the spiritual cloud, will it get like a riven cloud? Means will it get scattered away? Can that happen? Krishna said no. He said that. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gachati. You are a kalyana krit, you are an auspicious worker. How will you get scattered away? God is watching, I am watching you. I will personally protect you, Krishna said. So Prabhupada told the boy, your question is brilliant, and he answered it. But then he told the manager, keep an eye on this boy, he is going to become a great devotee tomorrow. And that devotee became His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. He became TKG Maharaj. So therefore, if you detect a spark of sincerity, then you should feel sympathy for that person and give time to them. When they see that, therefore, for example, when you do a program also, at the end of the program, if you are a good organizer, intelligent organizer of the program, what will you do? I will tell you. Like yesterday, we had a youth program. Say some 200 people, 150 people are coming. After the program, if somebody is coming and surrounding the speaker, immediately you should take a snapshot. They are going to be devotees in future. You will see. Because they are not satisfied only with the lecture. They have even more questions. And people who go to the book table and buy the books, they are also very special people. And people, even during prasadam, they are talking about the subject they heard. And they want to ask questions. They are also very special people. And people who come and tell you, when is the next program? Can you please take my number and inform me? They are also very special devotees. So this is what we are calling a spark. If you see that spark in them, you follow them up, you will find they will all be devotees. Like I was giving a program in Pune, College of Engineering, Pune. It was a big program. So 700-800 people were there. It was a big auditorium, After the program, whomever asked a question to me, I asked their name and I noted down. 12 names I noted down. And I gave it to the devotees, organizers, and told, these 12 fellows are going to become devotees in future. Pay attention to them. And after the program, they put a device table and they gathered all the names. 200 people registered that time. Then they did the program for the 200 people and followed them up. Lot of effort they put. After 2 years, they told me that, Prabhu, we only have 15 people with us now. And I asked, did you follow up those 12 people? They said, Prabhuji, we lost the list, they said, that you gave. But fortunately, I had the list. I said, okay, show me who are the 15 people. Out of 15, these 12 were there. All the guys were there. So I was telling them, see, I already told you, if you followed these people up, you would have saved a lot of your energy. Correct, no? That means you are not observing the spark in people. As soon as you see the spark, one person Mahaprabhu gave lecture for 10 days. Do you know who it is? Dashashmedha God. To Mahaprabhu gave lecture to whom? Only one person, one on one. He is speaking, he is hearing, that's all. Rupa Goswami. Yeah, for Rupa Goswami, 10 days lecture he gave. For another one boy, Mahaprabhu gave lecture for 3 months. Do you know? Sanatana Goswami. You will see that. Why he is giving lecture for one person? He doesn't expect a very big crowd. Because if you have seen the spark, they are going to do wonders. Like Prabhupada went to Russia, 2 boys came to meet him, Narayan and Ivan, 2 people. Narayan was a pious Indian boy. Ivan was a Russian boy. Prabhupada immediately told Shyam Sundar Prabhu, out of these 2, this fellow is pious and this fellow is spiritual minded. And Prabhupada said, I will spend time with this fellow. Of course, Narayan came and went. But Ivan heard from Prabhupada 1.5 2 days. Continuously asked many questions. And that Prabhupada, while leaving Russia, he told Shyam Sundar Prabhu, here is the seed which is going to expand preaching in Russia. And that Ivan became Ananta Shakti Das Prabhu. And he printed all Prabhupada books, he distributed, and from there it became like a Vatavriksha, big preaching. Through him only everything happened. Ananta Shakti Das. So we should see the spark in somebody and we should fan the spark and grow it big. And then read the next one. When they see that the less advanced devotee is at least convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means if any visitor has faith in Krishna, they're coming in front of the deities, they're praying to Lord, bowing down, that means they're pious, then we can give them time. Yeah. Then
When a fallen devotee is rejected by the Supreme Lord, they still try to engage the devotee in devotional service so that he may become rectified.
Yeah.
Example,
This is
Kala
one very
Krishna Das.
amazing thing. Example, Kala Krishna Das. See, Mahaprabhu rejected Chota Haridas, you all know that. Huh? But he did not reject Kala Krishna Das. Anybody knows the reason why? Actually, in South India, Kala Krishna Das, in somewhere in Kerala, and there are Pattahari fellows. These people, they used to maintain women and expand their population. Their goal was to see that their jati population is increased. So if they find some innocent man, they will bring him and make him associate with these women and give them seed so that the women can increase the number of children. They would do that. Huh? So they saw this Kala Krishna Das. He looks like a Brahmana with a shika and everything. So they thought if they get him to indulge with them. So they caught hold of him and brought. And Kala Krishna was also getting allured by them. Huh? They told them, we will give you money, we will give you this, we will give you that. So Kala Krishna became distracted. When Mahaprabhu saw that, he went to those fellows and said, hey, I am a sannyasi, I have nobody else, I have only one servant with me. Why are you stealing him also? Huh? And they all brought weapons to attack Mahaprabhu. Huh? When they threw the weapons, how can any weapon attack Mahaprabhu? The weapons took a U-turn and attacked those fellows. Huh? And their hands, legs, fingers were cut. They were screaming and running away. Mahaprabhu caught hold of the shika of Kala Krishna Das and pulled him out of that crowd and took him away. But Mahaprabhu did not chastise. He kept quiet. And then when he came to Jagannath Puri, he called Nityananda Prabhu and told, here is your man, take him. You see, you gave him as my servant, but he got bewildered and he was running after women. Just see, what's the use of such a servant? And Mahaprabhu heavily chastised. I don't want to even see him. Take him like that. Now, why Mahaprabhu chastised in Puri? Because now Kala Krishna Das was servant of Nityananda Prabhu. Now that the master is there, he will protect him. Therefore, he chastised him. In South India, if he chastised, Kala Krishna Das will run away and join Nambudris. He will join those Pattaharis. Therefore, he didn't chastise him. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu saw the situation of Kala Krishna Das and then decided that this fellow should be put under the custody of devotees and he should render some service. So one of the days, one devotee came to Mahaprabhu and said, Mahaprabhu, one devotee is going to Bengal to give the news about your return back to Puri. So please give that devotee blessing. Mahaprabhu clearly knew who is that one person. Who is that one person? Yeah. They didn't take Kala Krishna Das' name. Mahaprabhu didn't ask who it is. But this is how they spoke. And they sent Kala Krishna Das to Bengal. And he went to Sachimata's house. He told her the news that Mahaprabhu has come back. Then he went to Advaitacharya Prabhu, many different Vaishnavas. So wherever he went and gave the good news, they all blessed him. And Kala Krishna Das became reinstated again. Like that. So the idea is, a devotee should, in case you find some devotee has gone to Maya nowadays, we should not ridicule them. Nor should we talk ill of them to other Vaishnavas. Rather, we should think, alas, this fellow got into the ship of ISKCON. Now he has jumped out into the water again. How can I bring him back again? That is what we should think. We should, sometimes a devotee doesn't come to temple for 3 months. And then they show up. Somebody may ask, hey, 3 months where were you? You were in Maya? Other people ask. Then he will run away. Instead, what you should ask? Oh, Prabhu, we were all missing you so much. Maybe you went abroad or maybe you went to some relative's place for COVID and we didn't see you. Now that we have seen you, we are feeling so happy. So when you welcome them with open arms, then he will feel like coming again. That's the point he is saying. How does a Vaishnava show mercy to a less advanced devotee? These are the different ways you can show mercy. How? Yeah.
A Vaishnava shows mercy by taking time.
People ask you, right? Mataji, Prabhuji, people say, please, give me your blessings, give me mercy. If they ask for mercy, what are they exactly asking for? You will know now. Yeah. Yes?
Yeah. A Vaishnava show mercy by taking time to counsel and give relevant instructions, and by making plans whereby the lesser devotees may engage in devotional service, thereby tasting the nectar of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. For example, if a husband and wife, a newly wedded couple, so they are coming and telling me, Prabhuji, please give us your blessing. That means they need some good instruction which they will follow in family life and make the grihastha ashrama successful. Correct, no? That is the meaning of they seeking mercy. A small kid is coming and say, Prabhuji, please give me blessing. Then you should either give the garland or give cookies. That's the way he will be able to appreciate Krishna. Correct, no? Yeah. In the same manner, if some devotee comes and says, Prabhu, I had extensive travel, in India due to on duty of the company, and I have become very weak in spiritual life. My reading and hearing is very pathetic. I barely completed my rounds. I didn't get prasadam in many places. I'm struggling now. I'm feeling very weak. Please give me your mercy. That means what he needs? He needs some inspiring association which will elevate him. So you may say, oh Prabhu, you are back now. Next 3 days we are going for a camp. Would you like to come? He says, or we are going on bus party. Would you like to come? So you take him with you, and then he attends the classes in the morning, in the evening, and he meets personally, then remembers, then he sees the roaring, dancing and singing, kirtans, nice programs. Then 3 days he gets again recharged. Like that. Then he got the mercy. So in this way, real meaning of mercy means giving them something spiritually rejuvenating, spiritually nourishing, spiritually elevating, that which brings them one step closer to Krishna. That is actual meaning of mercy. But in India, many people ask for Ashirvad. Once a couple of old fellows wanted to meet Prabhupada in the train, and some of the other disciples of Prabhupada were not allowing them to meet. They knew that these fellows will come and ask for Ashirvad. They will be, harassing Prabhupada. But Prabhupada said, why are you stopping them? Let them come. So they came. So they asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, can you give us blessings? Prabhupada asked, what blessing you want? Tell me. And they were shocked because nobody asked them this question. And then they thought for a moment and said, Swamiji, we are having, pain in the knee. Some arthritis, no problem. You can bless us that the pain will go away. Also, we are businessmen. You can bless us that our business will flourish. Also, our family members have not come here. So we can bless that they will be healthy. So these people were like probably 70 years or 75 years, like that people. So Prabhupada was telling them, see, you are asking for blessing for these things. If you have pain in the knee, you go to doctor, get cured. Apply some medicine or take some tablets, you get cured. But then he said, if you want mercy, look at these fellows. These fellows are distributing books. They are distributing Harinam, distributing Prasad. And you are old fellows. Now your sons and daughters are taking your duties. You come and dedicate your life. Render some service. That blessing I can give you. Would you like to have? They ran away from that. They got frightened. They said, that mercy is wonderful, but not now. We will take that mercy later. So, actual meaning of mercy means that which brings you one step closer to Krishna. That's what people need, even though they may not know. They may not know, but we should know. That's what they need. So, yeah, please read this.
But one cannot give anyone else mercy unless he himself is strictly following Vaishnava behavior. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes the Lord Brahma, the forefather of all living entities, situates himself in the acts of regulative principles, desiring self-interest for the welfare of all living entities. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam 2.940.
And Srila Prabhupada comments, pure devotees of the Lord, like Brahma and persons in the chain of Guru Parampara, they do not do anything to instruct the subordinates without acting accordingly themselves. That means the seniors who are giving mercy to juniors, they should actually walk their talk. You know what is the meaning of walking the talk? That means they should be exemplary themselves. You know the story of that Guruji. Your mother came and told, my boy is eating too much sweets. Please tell him not to eat. Guruji said, come after a week. So after a week, the Guru told the boy that don't eat too much sweets. The Mataji asked, why you didn't tell it a week before? I came already. He said, that time I was also eating too much sweet, he said. I couldn't tell the boy. I had no adhikar to tell the boy. After I started strictly following, then I could give that instruction, like that he said. So we should actually walk the talk. Otherwise, our instructions will be impotent. They will not carry weight. If we give instruction, but we don't follow it ourselves. Imagine somebody is having a cigarette in the mouth saying, don't smoke. It doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. So wrong ways of dealing with younger devotees. In the name of supervising lesser devotees, the leader should never abuse them. The Prabhupada is saying, just to call one another as Prabhu is all right, but not to become Prabhu. To accept others as Prabhu and remain as servant is the idea. But because somebody is calling a Prabhu, one should not become Prabhu and treat others as servants. In other words, everyone should feel himself as servant. This will make the relationship congenial. When Srila Prabhupada heard that a woman was engaging a god sister as her personal servant, he corrected this mistaken etiquette. Why Taittiriya should have a servant? Wrote Srila Prabhupada, God brothers and God sisters are not meant for being servants. Without a spiritual master's order, nobody can utilize the service of God brother as one's personal servant. We address each other as Prabhu, so how can we engage a God brother as servant? So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to accept Govinda in the beginning, when Govinda came to meet him in Puri. The reason was, he said, Govinda is my God brother. Me and him took initiation from Ishwara Puri. How can I take him as a servant? Then Paramananda Puri, the elder Vaishnavas, told him that Ishwara Puri has told Govinda to accompany you as a servant. It's the order of the Guru, so you please accept. Then Mahaprabhu accepted after that. Now, in our movement, there are devotees who are initiated by the same spiritual master with a big number of years difference. Like my Shiksha Guru, Iswara Bhaktasana Maharaj, he got initiation in 87, 88 or so, like that. Now there may be people initiated by the same Guru now, in 2020. The difference is 30 years. So then those Shiksha Gurus are also like, almost like you treat them like a Diksha Guru. You respect them very much because of the seniority and maturity and advancement in the Krishna consciousness. Respect them like that. So they may sometimes assist. But one simple principle I will tell you, what type of service we can take, what type of service we should not take if you are a senior devotee. For example, if you are climbing up the Tirupati hill, a senior Mataji or a senior Prabhuji, a counselor or a Bhakti Viksha leader or teacher, they are finding it difficult due to the age. If some younger devotee wants to offer help by carrying the bag, they may give the bag. That is not considered as taking service. But we should not engage Vaishnava devotees in massaging our feet, in massaging our body. We should not take services. In Pune also we say that you employ a man in case you have to massage the feet or something, and then you pay him, massager. Don't take service from devotees. Similarly, those services which you can do with your own hands and legs, you should not ask others to do. If you can do, you are capable of doing, you have the Shakti to do, you should do it. If you cannot do with your body, then only you can take. For example, I have to wash my clothes myself. I will not let anyone else wash my clothes. I will do it even though there is a traveling devotee with me. But I cannot cook the special health diet myself because I have to give lecture now. So during the lecture I cannot cook. Therefore I take service. So what we cannot do due to our bodily limitation, that we may take in case we are taking. Otherwise we should be very careful. The leaders should not engage their devotee mentees in doing their household chores or in doing their business activities just because they are junior. Don't take personal service for yourself from devotees. That would be inappropriate, he says. On one occasion, when two god brothers were quarreling as to who was in a superior position, Prabhupada gave instruction to the devotee whom he recognized as leader. As a matter of fact, as you are the pioneer in taking all risks to go to Australia, naturally you shall be considered as a leader. But as a leader's position also is very grave and responsible. The leader has to lead others tactfully and intelligently. Kindly, therefore, do not quarrel, but go on with your duties progressively. So in this way, he is saying that sometimes two god brothers or god sisters are sent for a seva. One is leader, one is assistant. The assistant has to assist and the leader has to give instruction. And that is not personal service. It's for Krishna service, he says. So, and then there is, I will quickly finish this para now. Showing mercy to others is sometimes not an easy thing. If we give a thief the mercy of moral good instructions, he may become angry with us. And one must be competent to tactfully and intelligently extend mercy to lesser devotees. Giving mercy cannot be someone's concoction and cannot be done with a motivation to become praised and worshipped by lesser devotees. The devotee should remain humble and fixed in Krishna conscious principles, and then he will be competent to give mercy of his good example to others. If one behaves ideally, he will give mercy to everyone. without any extraneous effort. In summary, a devotee will find himself obliged sometimes to give and sometimes to receive in his exchanges with the three classes of devotees. In doing so, he should be guided by the principle of honor, friendship, and mercy. Honor the superiors, be friendly with the equals, and be merciful to those who are younger. So one thing I didn't expand today is about how to tactfully show mercy to certain people who will not be willing to receive the mercy. How to tactfully show that I will explain in the next class. In case I forget, when I am about to begin the class, Prabhu can remind me what is the word? Tactfully how to give mercy. So that I'll cover. Then we will go to the subsequent topic after that next time. Page number 12. Shri Prabhupada ki, Bhakta Vrinda ki. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Let us all thank to His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu for spending his valuable time with all of us to make us to understand how to deal with devotees in different levels by loudly saying Hare Krishna mantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now it's time to go for our respective Bhakti classes.